All right, so here we have an iPhone 6 Plus that came in for no power. It does not power on, and the customer is concerned. It looks like this may be a repair shop, and they are concerned about their customers' information on that board. I mean, nobody fixes an iPhone 6 Plus for the sake of fixing the phone. They fix it because they need information of the board. So here's what the customer said. Issue: one of my technicians, so it looks like this is a shop, was doing a screen replacement on iPhone 6 Plus, which is the one that we are working on now. It was working before the replacement. After screen replacement, the phone has no power at all, no communication with iTunes. Just seems like motherboard is powerless. And customer didn't have info backed up, only really concerned about getting contacts for customer. So all they want to do is get the contacts for the customer. Now the board was received like this, all plates taken out. It's not something that any technician would like to see. It means the phone has been tampered with. And the plate is removed off this side of the board also. The plate is removed off this side of the board. So every plate on the board has been taken off. Okay? Let's go under the microscope and do a physical inspection. I got the Barlow lens on so we can see the whole board under the microscope. Now, based on first impression, I do not think any work was done onto that board. We do not see any signs of flux. We do not see any signs of liquid damage. The board looks clean. So it looks like maybe the customer just took off the plates, but never really did or done any work on this. Very clean. Very clean. Nothing obvious on this side of the board, and no work has been done onto that board. Let's flip. We got the Wi-Fi chip, we got the touch IC, the sound IC, so on and so forth, the power IC, the NAND, the TriStar, so on and so forth. And no work has been done on that board. I'm curious to know, if we plug power onto that board, what amp reading we're gonna get. We're gonna be using this red meter here, and this is an iPhone meter. We're gonna plug this connector here to the battery and the charging port. So by plugging this connector onto the board, it's like having a battery and charging Flux cable connected onto the board. Okay, it's connected, and we're gonna connect this end to our power bank, and we're gonna supply 5 volts onto that board. And put this on. Now we're gonna supply 5 volts. We did not turn the phone on yet, but I just supplied 5 volts onto the meter, and now by pressing that button on the bottom here, we're gonna turn the phone on. So I'm gonna monitor the amp meter to see what we get when the phone is turning on. 0. Let me try again. Oh, it turned on. It's turning on. Right now it's 0.1. A normal rate for when the phone turns on is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. It goes up to above 1, and then it settles back down. So that's what's happening now. Look at this. 0.4, 0.7. The phone is turning on. The phone is turning on. .9. So could it be that it's a Flux cable issue, or it's a battery issue? Yeah, I mean, the phone is powering on. I'm sure if that guy has a business or he's in the repair field, I'm sure he already tried a new screen, a new battery, and a new charging Flux cable. But we're gonna do it again anyway, because the phone appears to be turning on based on the reading that we got on the amp meter. So I'm connecting the screen here. Okay, and no need to connect the camera or the home flex, so I just connected digitizer and LCD, and we're gonna push the power button again. The first time I pushed the power button, it's staying at 0, but the second time I pushed the on button, I mean, now it's turning on. The board is turning on now, but look at the screen, it's black. The board is turning on, but the screen is black. We could possibly have a problem with the display circuit.
Hi, is Alex here? Oh, yeah, he's very busy. Oh, I was just seeing if my phone
Is it the iPhone? Yeah, okay, all right. Okay, so while at it, while the phone is on, I'm gonna check it under a thermal cam just to see what's going on the board. Let's check the back side of the board. And it looks like we have heat on the CPU. On the CPU. Side of the CPU. I just want to check some capacitors at random on the CPU area of the board. I do not want to spend a lot of time working on this. I want to get to the problem as quickly as possible. So meter in diode mode. Let me test resistance to ground. Zero ohms and 0 ohms. This is at that short. Yes. Sure. Just a second. So we're gonna get rid of the cap and see if that changes anything. Okay, gone. Now let's see if we still have a short. And we still have a short. Let's remove cap number 2. Okay. Now we're gonna test to see if we still have a short. So we have it that short, a 0 ohm short on PP GPU, and that is part of the CPU. Let me check under the thermal cam again on the board. Right here. So that's what the CPU is doing. Strobing. Comes on and off. On and off. It's a short from within the CPU. And if we look on back of the board, the rest of the board is clean. We are currently looking on back of the board. Let me flip the board so we can look at the CPU, which is right here, this red block. Look at how the light is strobing inside the CPU. Okay, so it's a no fix for this customer. It's a clear short on the CPU. We're gonna invoice the customer for the repair attempt fee and mail it back to him. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll do something else in the next video.